Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a tarot monthly horoscope, which I'm going to use my Kabbalistic tarot cards. And this is for Zodiac signs, and it's for the month of May 2017, and it's for you coming from Aries. So let me shuffle my tarot cards. Now, I'm going to draw two cards. The first one will be to do with the first 15 days of May for you in Aries. And let's see what's happening. I have to turn this card around because it's upside down, which means that you don't have much control over circumstances of destiny or fate. Now, the first 15 days are going to be very difficult for you coming from Aries. So let's first tackle the areas of romance. Difficulties in keeping a romance together, opposition from your romance partner or from you, disturbances by situations that make you very angry and lose your temper. All this can be the reason for the first 15 days of May for you in Aries to have a very bad time in your romance area. Yes, it can be stretched to breaking point. And I like to use Kabbalistic cards because they also put planetary signs and zodiac signs, and I like that. And the signs shown here are that the romance may have a very difficult ending, number one. And number two, if you are starting a new romance in the first 15 days of May, then you are going to have a lot of provocation and problems with your romance partner. Let's move to your marriage areas. Now, your marriage areas show that the first 15 days of May are going to have many issues catching fire. So little bits of problems here and there between you and your marriage partner will catch fire. And if you're not careful, it's going to be one big bonfire. So be very careful. Be careful of provocation from you. Now, this message is for you, it's not for your partner. So you have to apply this to yourself first. Do not show your temper. Do not be provocative. Do not be oversensitive to what your partner, marriage partner says. And if you can do this, then you will get into more and more good position of control. If you let yourself go and show your temper and show aggression, then every little bit catches fire very fast. And your marriage areas for the first 15 days of May is going to be a terrible place to be in. So it's all up to you. Take the soft approach. Be polite. Avoid issues which are very touchy. Don't point your finger of blame to your marriage partner. Regarding general family areas, they are not very steady. So there is the pros and the cons coming and going. And so the general family atmosphere, which includes siblings, includes family members, includes your children, the situation is not very steady. There's also the sign of Mercury. Now that means two things for you coming from Aries. Either it is being very argumentative unnecessarily, or it is financial issues going to trouble you as well. Okay? Now I'm going to pull for you, I'm going to stick to this card for the first 15 days, and I'm now going to talk to you about your career. Your career possibilities for you coming from Aries for the first 15 days of May are very weak. And so the danger of losing a job or getting bad news is on the cards. Difficulties in finding a job in the first 15 days is also seen. The reason given here is that perhaps you are being too aggressive in your approach. Perhaps you are not getting along with your colleagues or with your bosses. Perhaps you are being oversensitive to everything said about you. So this is all about your career, your job. So watch out that the first 15 days is going to produce plenty of difficulties for you in your job. To save yourself, take the soft approach. Do not find blame with people. Let's talk of business if you are in business. It's going to be a slog. It's going to be a lot of effort producing very little results for the first 15 days of May if you are in business. It's going to produce difficulties with partnerships, and it's going to produce a lot of provocation in the sense that you are not able to meet your targets, and when you can't meet your targets, there comes the headache for you. So be careful that the first 15 days of March for you in the areas of business are very tough. You can get bad news very easily, you have lost contracts, you have lost good contacts, and your back is to the wall. So there's real struggle for you in business. Regarding general finances, the situation is not good. It says that you are burning up your finances very quickly, number one. So don't go into new areas in the first 15 days of May. You definitely cannot be an experimenting person. You have to play safe. So hold on to your finances. You are going to need them very desperately. Now regarding your health, this card for the first 15 days says that blood pressure, let's talk of that. Blood pressure is on the rise. And if you have low blood pressure, that's even worse, because then you have other problems as well of lacking concentration, lacking focus as well. The second problem about your health I worry about for you coming from Aries, for women, it talks a bit about Venus. The sign of Venus is here. So my mind goes to gynecological areas for you. If you have any symptoms in that area, go and check. And since we are talking about glandular problems, if you are a man listening to me, watch out for prostate problems, enlargement of prostate and things like that. Okay? It's the mental and emotional side that this card shows that you're attacking you more in health than the physical side. Now I'm going to mention to you your good ages. Don't go away quickly because I've got a lot of information for you. And looking at this card, which is for the first 15 days, and well, actually, this card talks of the first 15 days for the good ages of, if you are the ages of 25 or 34 or 43 or 52 or 61 or 70 or 79, then you are going to find some help coming your way if you are of these ages. So the first 15 days can help you if you are of these ages. And let's talk of your good dates. Now your good dates for the month of May for you coming from Aries are the 7th, the 16th and the 25th. On these 3 dates, you are going to find the opportunities to fight back and to get back onto good ground and to even show signs of success. Now I'm going to talk to you about the lucky color for you in the month of May. And the color I've chosen from this card is the color yellow. So try to wear yellow undergarments, top garments, even make handkerchief, get a handkerchief that's very yellow and hold on to it. There's a lot of energy will come into you. So use yellow to help yourself very much. And I've chosen you the best direction for the month of May, which is the direction south. So to make your wishes, to meditate, to ask for help from the universe, face south and you will do well. Now I'm going to pick another card, and this card has got to do with the last 15 days of May for you coming from Aries. Now here it shows you have more control. I don't have to turn the card around, which means that you have more control of the card, of what the card says. Firstly, in financial, let's talk of your romance first. In romance areas, it says you can actually find a romance. And if you have a romance, the sun is shining on this card and it says that you will be very happy in your romance. So after a bad first 15 days, you seem to be coming back very strong in the last 15 days. The card says that you could meet this person either at your place of work or in business related areas. So keep a lookout for that. So romance areas, settle down. If you have a romance already, it's becoming calmer now in the last 15 days. And if you're looking for a romance, the chances are better in the last 15 days. If you are married, this card also says, well, the sun is shining. So you are obviously happy. And the problems of the first 15 days can now be subdued, can be brought under control. But one thing of this card, there is the signs of Mercury and Uranus together. So when I join these two planets, firstly they show that arguments can erupt anytime, and secondly these arguments may have a lot to do with your financial situation, whether in romance or marriage areas. So in your marriage areas, situations are better in the last 15 days, but don't bring up issues that are linked to finances. Okay, try to do that, and you will be enjoying your last 15 days in your marriage in a much better way. There's also a sign saying that there could be an addition to family, good news like this. So you may get good news that if you're a woman, obviously, that you could be pregnant, and that's some very nice good news coming in as well. Regarding general family areas, the sun is shining, so siblings, parents, children are all in a much better state in the last 15 days for you. Let me talk to you about your last 15 days of May regarding your career areas. And now, regarding your career areas, well, I'm back to the phrase, the sun is shining for you. So the career is looking better, the business side is looking better, partnerships can be formed, help from your colleagues, from your bosses, or from your business partners, or you may meet good business contacts and good business contracts as well. So I like this last 15 days. The main thing about the last 15 days in areas of romance, marriage, career, business, finances is that the financial planets are very steady. So obviously the financial issue improves, and that improves everything in romance, marriage, career, or in business. So good luck coming that way for you. All right, I've already spoken to you about your health, and I've spoken to you about your good ages and your good dates and your good colors as well. All right, now I'm going to hold on these two cards. Hang on, it's stuck to the it's stuck to the glass. So I'm going to hold these two cards together and give you a general overview. And it shows a very dramatic turn of events after the 16th or 17 days, first 16 or 17 days. And you're going to do very well after that. Okay? Well, that's my advice for you. Be very cautious first 15 days, and then you are going to attract some very good news in the last 15 days. Well, it was a pleasure reading the tarot cards for you, and I'm already on Skype, and I'm charging USD 50 for a 90-minute Skype session. That will be based on your date of birth and time of birth, and that will be based also with me looking at your palms. And if you want to test the tarot cards, I will test the tarot cards for you in the 90 minutes that we will be Skyping, and I will concentrate on your next 5, 6, or 7 years in great detail, having to talk to you about all areas of your life. Until then, thank you and goodbye.